Hi everyone, and welcome back. So, beautiful January, a very sunny day. This time of year you really have to enjoy the sun when it's there, since we only get so many hours of daylight. It's a very dark season right now. So anyways, while I was making my last video talking about my pipe collection, I came across the thought that actually the way that I rotate my pipes, the way I switch between them, I think is actually quite unique. And when you watch this video, please please let me know if this is something that you feel strange, or if anyone else does it like me. Since in my video talking about my pipe collection, it's really not a collection, since I have a few pipes, as I mentioned, that I just have laying around: a corn cob, a church warden, and the first pipe that I ever got. I have them sort of for smoking on an occasion. It comes down to that I really have three pipes that I rotate and smoke all the time. And that is my 3/7 pipes. And the way I rotate them for the longest time came to be something that people don't really recommend. Since if you search some information about how you should smoke your pipe and how you should rotate them, people really recommend that you smoke one pipe one day and leave it to rest. That seems to be the go-to method for most people. And if we back up a little bit and even talk about why we should rotate our pipes, it has to do with the construction of a pipe. It is made from a natural wooden material, and a wooden pipe can absorb moisture. It can contract and expand according to temperature. Have you ever tried leaving your pipe outside in the cold and then the stem gets very loose? That's because the wooden stem of your pipe, where the stem is attached to the bowl of the pipe, it contracts, so the drill hole gets smaller, and then all of a sudden your stem doesn't really fit. It's just loose in the pipe. When you take it indoors, the pipe gets warm again, and then it expands, and then the stem is very narrow and fits tightly again. And that is exactly the case with this pipe. If I leave this pipe outside in the cold, the stem is absolutely loose. Anyway, so when you use the pipe, it gets warm and it gets cold, and the wood absorbs a lot of the moisture that collects in the pipe, and therefore the logic is that you have to leave it to rest so it will dry completely, so you can smoke it again. Because if you keep smoking a wet pipe, or a pipe that has some moisture in it, it will get more and more moist, and eventually you can have some issues, and the pipe can get sour, and it can affect the taste. So that is the logic behind why we should even rotate pipes in the first place, and that makes perfect sense. To some extent, since what I have found is, when I smoke my pipe the most in some seasons of the year, mostly around the holidays and the winter time, when I smoke a lot, I can get up to smoking maybe a bowl a day, and that will not be consistent. So maybe it can be a bowl per day for a few days. So during a week, I might smoke up to 5 bowls if I'm really pushing it. And what I do when I'm done smoking my pipe is that I actually take the stem and disconnect it from the pipe, even though most people say that this is like religion. Never remove the stem when you smoke your pipe, because the pipe is warm, it is moist, and the wood is expanded, so the stem will be so tight that you can break the pipe if you try to remove the stem. So I don't recommend this. But my pipes, they are pretty tight when I've done smoking it. But it's never so tight that I cannot remove it without any issues at all. So I don't want to offend anything. It probably is a good idea to not do it, but with my pipes I have no issue at all. No issue at all. And I'm not even close to damaging anything. So when I'm done smoking my pipe, I remove the stem. I take my filter out. I take a pipe cleaner. I clean the stem. I clean the bowl. I clean everything. So there's no moisture left. It is dry, but there's still some moisture in the bowl, for sure. Then I leave it to rest inside for like a day or half a day, because it dries faster when the stem is not connected to the pipe. You can get way more airflow into the bowl when the stem is not there, stopping the airflow. So then my pipe dries, and here comes my theory. 24 hours later, that goes for me, because I do not smoke my pipe more than once a day, max. Not even. But 24 hours later, laying inside in a warm environment, my pipe is 100% dry. 100% dry. So it's ready to smoke again. So this gets me into the way I'm doing it. Is that I actually smoke the same pipe for weeks and months at a time without switching my pipe out. And then when I get to a point where I feel, okay, I smoked this pipe for 2 months now or something, I really want to get into another pipe. Then I deep clean my pipe that I've been using for the last few months. I take some alcohol, I usually use rum or whiskey, and I sit down and I use like 5 to 10 minutes, and I just rub everything with a ton of pipe cleaners and a ton of cotton, the thing that you use to clean your ears. I really scrub it inside out. So, and I clean the top of the pipe so it's nice, and I even wipe down the outside and everything, so it's very clean and it's very wet. And then I leave that while I take another pipe and use that for a few months. My reason for doing this is, first of all, the amount of times I smoke a pipe doesn't really, I don't really need to change my pipe all the time. If you smoke like 4-5 balls a day, like some pipe smokers do, the pipe gets very wet during the day. In fact, I think even that they are changing the pipe. Let's say you smoke a pipe all day long, 5 balls a day, and then you leave that pipe and then you take another pipe the next day. That guy is smoking way more wet than me, since the second bowl he's smoking out of the same pipe, the pipe is so wet. The third bowl he's smoking, it is soaking wet. And the fourth and the fifth bowl, I don't even know how they do it. Your pipe gets so wet just after one bowl that actually I don't even know how you can enjoy it. So in that case, you should actually be switching pipes the same day, and that doesn't even make sense, because how would you carry around so many pipes? So I understand that is how they do it. But for me, it just fits perfectly, because I smoke a bone dry pipe all the time, even though I smoke the same pipe, and I could do this on an ongoing basis. So that just works for me, and that is actually the point I'm gonna make here, that this is something I do, and maybe I'm interested to hear how you do it. It works absolutely perfect, and that makes sense for me, and that is, however you do it, all the power to you. But the reason that I do it, like how I do it, is actually because how I really enjoy my pipe smoking is I get so connected to this tool, as I call it. So when I'm like into this pipe today and tomorrow and next week, I get to know it when I smoke it. And then this is my favorite pipe. So I'm like, oh, when I switch around every few months, I'm like, oh, I haven't smoked this pipe for 6 months now. And this is a pipe I really love. And then I start smoking it. Then I want to smoke it the next day and the next day and the next day. And then I get into a period, and then this gets to be my favorite pipe during those days, weeks, and months. And I don't really want to smoke anything else. And I leave it to rest every day, and it's dry the next day. And then when it comes time to, weeks have gone, a few months maybe, then it needs a deep clean, not just a dry pipe cleaner. And then I deep clean it, leave it, and then I take one of my next pipes, and then I smoke that for a few months. And then that gets to be my favorite pipe, because I just I fall in love with it once again. So even though I have 3 pipes that I really enjoy, I really smoke, that I really use, I actually can almost get through. Let's how I did it the last year. During the summertime, 3 months, I was smoking the same pipe, on and on, maybe every other day, every day sometimes. Then during the fall season and during Christmas and the holidays, I had my full bent pipe that I really enjoy during the winter time and the holidays. I smoked that during fall and winter and during the holidays. And then for New Year's, I picked up this one, and I'll be smoking this all the way to springtime. And then my system would be is that I need a 4th pipe. I need 1 more pipe that I would be smoking during the summertime. Then I'm rotating 4 pipes during the year, and I really don't need more. And here comes my issue now. My issue is that when I get that 4th Savinelli pipe, and I'm looking at one, I think I know how I'm gonna close the Savinelli smoking pipe collection. The issue is then I don't need more pipes to satisfy my smoking habits. But then I know that the day will come where I really crave to acquire a new pipe, and I start searching for months and online and see what appeals to me, and I want to start a new relationship and acquire yet another one. That search for the perfect pipe. Then I would feel like if I bought one, I would probably enjoy it. That takes away smoking from another. It's like with women, I can only be with one woman at a time, at least if that's your philosophy. So, I mean, you can only enjoy so much at a time. So I'm really satisfied with my 3 pipes that I really feel that I know, that I'm deeply rooted and connected to. And to me, that is just, that really, for me, is amazing. So I would feel like if I got more pipes, I wouldn't get to smoke them. And a pipe that I would just smoke one time and then leave it for months and then smoke it one time again, it's like, it's a foreign pipe for me. For me to enjoy a pipe, I really have to know it inside out. It's like the more hours it has in your hand, the more it grows on you, and then it really gets to be your pipe. So that is how I rotate my pipes. And try it out if you really don't believe me, because if you have the same smoking habits as me, you have a bone dry pipe all the time, and you have no issues. So the rhythm is you have to, every time you leave a pipe after you smoked it, you have to clean it, you have to dry it, you have to get the moisture out of it fast. And then it dries in like 24 hours. Then it's ready for use again. And then you can repeat that until you feel like, okay, the pipe needs a deep clean. It's just not about getting the moisture out of it after you smoked it. You have to really clean it and get some of the gunk out of the stem and everything. Because I think where people really gets their pipe dirty is because they never cleaned it. They just leave it after they smoked it and they let it dry. So all the moisture that is filled with all the gunk and all this stuff that you want to get rid of, that dries in the pipe, and then the cake, not the cake inside of the ball, but the stuff inside of the drawing hole and everything, that just gets nasty. That is where you get a very dirty pipe. I've seen some pipes that people just smoke and dry and smoke and dry, and they look awful. One thing though, if you don't clean your pipe after you've smoked it, you build cake way faster. After I clean the inside of my pipe and my stem, I take the dirty, wet pipe cleaner. I actually gently rub it inside the ball to get some of the stuck tobacco on the sides out of it, so it's an empty, clean ball. And maybe that slows down the process of building cake inside your pipe. That's another topic. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I wish you all the best. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye.